Good afternoon, welcome back to the channel. This is Jim from Bang Time Pool. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. I know this is trying times for everyone. Do the best you can to enjoy the day. Again, happy St. Patrick's Day. Today, I want to talk about a specific stroke. And that stroke is the draw stroke, specifically the power draw stroke. And I want to use an example of one of the greatest players ever, Shane Van Boening. You've obviously seen him play, and it's just amazing, and I've seen it various times, how he can draw the ball the length of the table, if not more, with no effort whatsoever. It's amazing. Now, I compare that to a yo-yo. You know, when that thing snaps back, that's kind of his cue ball. Now, I want to go over some misconceptions about the stroke as well. But first, I'm going to hit a series of just draw strokes just to get warmed up a little bit. And I'm going to hit them into the corner pocket, and I'm just going to, play a little draw stroke on it, and then I'm going to get into specifics about the stroke. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit a few. Now, let's get into some specifics about the stroke. And then I'm going to get into a drill, and one that will really get you in stroke on the draw stroke. Okay? Some specifics. Our backhand needs to be very loose on this stroke. All right? We need to know our tip, we need to know our stroke, and we need to cue as low as possible on that cue ball, following through to the felt. All right? Now, some misconceptions. A lot of people out there, some of the novice players, think that if you jack up and hit down on the ball, you're going to get more spin, more draw on the ball. That is not correct. Our stroke is coming straight through the ball with the slightest downward angle to put backspin on the ball, but we want to keep that cue as level as possible. Again, a backhand is very loose, okay? Another misconception is we need to hit it hard to draw the ball the length of the table. I compare that to a golfer that puts backspin on a chip, okay? It is the way that they contact the golf ball that puts the backspin on it. They don't necessarily have to hit as hard as they can to put backspin on the ball. Sometimes their best draw on a golf ball is when they just a 75% lob wedge. Okay, and I'm going to show you a drill that can help you get that stroke where you don't have to feel that you have to hit the ball hard, the cue ball hard, to get backspin. Okay? So again, just in review, nice loose backhand. We want to hit low on the cue ball, as low as possible according to the tip that we're using. I'm using a Kamui medium. Okay, it's a tan. So know your tip. because you're only using a portion of it. You're actually using the top portion to hit the surface of the ball. Another misconception, and there's a lot of argument out there on this, is what bridge should I use? Do I use the closed bridge? Do I use the open bridge? Now, if you notice, a lot of snooker players, if not every snooker player, they can draw the ball as well as anyone. They use an open hand. Now, in my personal opinion, if your stroke is pure, you don't have any major flaws in your stroke, or if you do have a flaw, you're aware of it and you use it to your advantage every single time you stroke, you know that there's a flaw. Now, if you're not an advanced player, okay, the closed bridge is going to help you if you do have a flaw in your stroke, meaning putting unnecessary left, right, top, bottom, whatever the case may be, okay? And I'm going to have a video on that in the upcoming weeks on how we can improve our stroke, okay? Now, the open bridge, we can get super low on the cue ball, keeping the shaft of the stick as level as I can. I prefer, if I'm going to really draw the ball, I prefer the open bridge. I can put a lot of spin on the cue ball. I feel I really don't have any major flaws in my stroke, okay? So in the comments, leave which bridge do you prefer? So I'm going to do a drill here, and this is a drill from the great Corey Deuel. So I'm not going to try to take credit for this drill, but I did see it a while back, and I'll tell you what, it's one of the greatest. So I'm going to use the 8 ball as my contact ball. So the object of the drill, now the 1 ball is just my reference point, so I'll know that's where I hit from after I hit, so then I'll move up. So the object of the drill is to hit the object ball, draw my cue ball back to this rail before this ball hits here and comes back, okay? So I'm going to show you what that looks like. Let me adjust the camera a little bit so we can see everything. There you go. So again, now one key that I did do myself in this drill, I give myself a little bit of an angle, because once you start moving up in here, it's going to be very close, and I don't want the 8 ball coming back in the same angle as the cue ball. Okay, so the 8 ball is actually going to land here, and my cue ball is coming straight back. So again, loose backhand. I'm going to hit some with a closed bridge, some with an open, depending on what you want. But the object is get this cue ball back to this rail before the 8 ball comes back, and then we'll move forward. This is my reference ball. Number 1, make sure you chalk up, okay? Walk into the shot, long stroke. Now you can see that was pretty easy, right? My cue ball came back well before. So I started at the 2nd diamond, I'll move up to the 3rd diamond. Again, just a slight angle so we don't have any contact. And the object is to get as far as you can. Now, I don't know what's going to happen here, but I think Corey Deuel's been in this area between the 2nd and 3rd diamond on that side of the table. I'm probably about the 3rd diamond. I'm not trying to put myself in his category by any stretch, but you know, now it does depend on the felt that you use, the conditions. Is it humid? Things like that. What kind of felt do you have? Are we using dirty cue ball? Things like that, okay? But for the purpose of this, and this is something that will just help you get in stroke, knowing that you don't have to necessarily muscle through it to get draw. You can see how long and smooth my stroke is. And again, if you haven't seen it, Shane Van Boening is probably the best at this that I've seen. He'll hit it, you think it's going to draw a foot, and he'll draw it 9 feet. It's absolutely amazing. So look up some of his videos, pretty awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go with the closed here. again, cueing as low as I can, a long stroke, and again, pretty easy, okay? So now I'm gonna move up to about here. Now, again, if you don't get a good stroke on it, you know, obviously you're not gonna be successful, but, you know, our goal here is to work on and get the feel of stroking this without using a lot of power. It's all finesse to put that maximum backspin on the ball, okay? So here we go, about middle of the table. Again, line it up. Pretty much at the same time. The 8-ball might have, I didn't really get a good stroke on it. So let's go ahead and try that again from that distance. See if I can improve a little bit. That's a better stroke, okay? That was a better stroke. You can see the cue ball snapped back and my object ball was just a slow roll. Okay, so I'm going to try a little bit. Now again, we're getting into some of my top performances here, but that's okay. And I do this quite often, now that I did see Corey Deuel do this. And I do appreciate him putting out the video. Very helpful. So again, very loose, long stroke. Again, pick your spot. Down onto the table, boom, simultaneous, okay? So as you can see, it really isn't that difficult to draw a ball the length of the table, okay? So I'm gonna be inside the first diamond here. I'll use a closed bridge for those, nice and smooth. I'll get that out of the way. Put a little angle on it. Again, inside the first diamond. So we're going to draw the ball here. Again, smooth. Okay. Yeah, my ball's not getting out of the way. There we go. About 8 feet there. Get this out of the way so I can draw the ball. There we go, there's a better stroke. 8, 9, 10 feet stroke. Okay, I mean if I come here. Okay, anytime I need it. And again, that's just trust in your stroke. Trust in your stroke, cueing it low. Okay, no problem whatsoever getting to this side of the table. And I made contact here. Okay, so anything in this area. Okay, it's pretty simple stroke. Once you do it, please concentrate on the drill. Get used to the feel of not having to power the ball. Okay, it's all finesse. So get used to, and the biggest thing is trusting your cue as well, your tip. Okay, you're going to be low on that ball and you're going to be following through. Okay, so trust that your tip is going to do what it's designed to do. And other than that, I do appreciate you watching. Please comment, please like. Tell your friends, let's keep building this channel. And have a good one.